Oh my God, I'm live. Let's go.
Shout out to everybody here on the live. Thank you for jumping on in. 96,800 Bitcoin with the fake bump to 97,003. Only to be trunced back to the downside, but you got to take these little gains when you get them. In and out like a scout, baby. Just take it as you can get it. Let's put the lemon into the water. First thing we're going to do is decalcify the pineal gland. That's the first thing you could do for yourself. Get yourself regulated. Everyone's worried about the market, and they don't take care of themselves. I used to do this. I was stressing myself. I was over liquidating, just bugging out, not having control, over emotional, and I wasn't taking care of myself. And I let the market chew me up. And what happens is you end up broke and depressed. All right. I'd rather be broke, but at least be mentally stable. Right. You know what I'm saying? Let's put the lemon into the water, have a big sip here, and stay grounded. Let's get that pineal gland going. God bless everybody here on the live. Thank you for jumping on in. Yeah, the pump fund token is going to be a big deal. I see that coin's probably going to be a huge pumper. I don't see how it doesn't. 96,720 for Bitcoin. Let's break it down. Let me show you what I see happening for Bitcoin. If you're in the trading group, we made gains of 46% in the last, I'd say it took about 26, 27 hours, maybe a little under that. But in total, 46% gains. That 97,000, basically 450 pump there to the upside, produced a nice gain for Bitcoin. Now, I see this in a bit of a diamond. We're going to talk about all the fun stuff that I see. We're going to break down the weekly. We're going to show you what's happening on the small time frames. Right now, we just got rejected by a major resistance there at 97,300. We fell back below the weekly support that I really want to hold. So let's break it down and show you the world right now for Bitcoin. We're first going to start here on the weekly and have some fun. All right. The first thing I see is that this candle is holding green. That's what we want to see. It's not amazing at all, but the candle is holding green here on the weekly. I show you the same things every day. I repetitively go over the same stuff every single day. Why? Because that's how I maintain. Everybody else can't keep their focus, can't keep their discipline. We chew right through them. We made 46% gains while they sat there and freaked out. You know how many people got liquidated and wrecked while I made those gains patiently? And you can't, it is what it is. So shout out to everybody here on the live. Thank you for jumping on in. Appreciate you all for being here. All right. So we're taking a look here at the weekly. And if this weekly candle can close at least somewhat green, at least, what we don't want to see is the candle to close below this line here. See, we want to see this candle keep the open. If we crash through the weekly open, no go. So we must hold the weekly open on this candle. Right now, it's an indecision doji. There was a time when it was a bullish engulfing and it looked great with a big wick to the upside. I have showed you too the look, wick. I mean, it shows you that this is such a level of contention. Anytime the bears try to push us through this area, they can't seem to get us through. They can't seem to break. And then we can't get a candle. The bears can't seem to get a candle to close below $93,800. Happy Valentine's Day to everybody out there. I guess I should have wore some red. But, Valentine's Day is a really tough day for me. When I was very young, I accidentally got my wife pregnant. And we ended up going, and I think I was 22 years old and I should have had the child. And many of you are going to judge me right now, but and the day that we went to the hospital, it happened to be Valentine's Day just by accident. It just happened to be. And then they told us that they didn't have any appointments for another few weeks, but there was this one shady number they gave us. And on Valentine's Day is when, yes, I can't say it, but you can just connect the dots. So for the rest of my life, today is a day where it should have been my first child, So I have a dark hole on Valentine's Day that sits inside of me forever. And I've never told anybody this online, and I don't know why I mentioned it today, and I should have kept it to myself. But I kind of want to let you guys know why it's not the funnest day for me. And I don't really celebrate it too much. And I pray God for forgiveness every time Valentine's Day comes on. Amen. So, sorry to hear that. I'll move on. But and you can judge me if you want. I made a huge mistake. I was young. I hope other people don't make that mistake. And you go through with it because life is life, baby. And I tell that for someone who may be in the same situation as me. And I want you to know that I forever regret it. Amen. Let's move on. So the weekly, beautiful move here to the upside. And I'm sorry I shouldn't share it. I think I should have kept it to myself, but I guess TMI is my way a lot. So can we hold this higher low here for Bitcoin on the weekly? And that's just the question. We want to see the weekly close green, and we're going to check on it each day. We take a look at the 3-day chart. The 3-day chart with that greenery, right? We've been playing around. This closed green. We want to see it close bullish engulfing. Can you put this candle inside of that candle? This will close tonight at 8 p.m., everybody. The Friday night 3-day candle close happens a lot on and off, and we want to make sure that this candle does close green. So perfect, all right? I'm not perfect, but I'm better than I was yesterday. Keep pushing forward. Amen, Belly. Amen. Yeah. Anyway, so can you put this candle inside of that candle? That would be a bearish engulfing candle. I can't believe I just said what I said. I mean, I feel so judged right now, so open, so vulnerable. But you know, hey, it's over now, right? I got to live with what I did. So can that candle go inside of that candle? That's what we're looking for on the 3-day chart. If we get that, you know, I'll take it as bullish. I'm taking any bullish sign I can get, and you do not want to lose the open. Like this, you know, see how we open? So we don't want to lose the open on the weekly. We don't want to lose the open on the 3-day chart. You can't really lose 95.8. You lose 95.8, it just, you know, you don't get a tweezer bottom. It tells us that this isn't going to be a bounce, but we're looking for this bounce on the 3-day chart. They've toyed with us enough in this low area. At the end of the day, it is a falling wedge. Falling wedges break up 68% of the time. The length of the base of the wedge, see that right there? And let me extend it a little more. And that suggests that we could go further to the upside, okay? And go right to 104,750 for Bitcoin. So, and that's, look, a low, double top, slightly higher, yeah, double top, but that's a higher low, okay? And it's a higher low. It is what it is. And this is the biggest liquidation in the history of cryptocurrency. $2 billion or something. It's crazy. Like more, we may have gone lower, but that was the biggest liquidation in the history of cryptocurrency. Like, where are they going to get the liquidity to take that out? They didn't get the liquidity. It was a once every 4-year liquidity cycle. Like, where are they going to get it? It's irregular, you see? So it tells me that the bears just, and again, I know that's that we're going on logic here and speculation with mental speculation, which we shouldn't. But every once in a while, there's got to be some common sense plays here. The biggest liquidation in history, and we're just going to go, where is the money going to come from to short the market? If that was the biggest in 2 years, you know what I mean? If that was bigger than the biggest 2 liquidations in history, do you see what I'm saying? So, again, it was 20 years ago. I get it. So I'm a different man now. And it does take 2 to tango, but I felt like it's always down to, Let's take a look here at the daily time frame and see what's happening on the daily. Hey, beautiful. Hey. Oh, at the beginning, yeah, but I thought you were here. I love you, Nala. She doesn't forget a beat, though. Shout out to everybody here. So we're looking for this daily to also break out of the falling wedge to the upside. Okay. We want to see if that can make a move to the upside. My kid's so cute, man. My daughter is the cutest. So can we get a move here? And you got to stay positive no matter what. I'm loving life. We're in Florida. Today is going to be another absolutely beautiful day in sunny Florida. I think the weather is just going to be on 77 degrees. Unbelievable, right? Humidity is starting to rise here in Florida up to 74%. Starting to get a little muggy now. We're starting to get that, you know, I'm starting to get that, this moist mold in between the stones and the patio. You know what I'm saying? So we got this falling wedge. We broke back to the upside. 104,600 would be the move on the daily time frame. You know, an idea is you just open right now. I talked about this here. We opened this trade here. We pumped up. I got out when we hit the 200 MA on the 1 minute, right? We got out here. We got out there. This trade has played out every time, but it never got the follow through. But again, still an idea here that we could put a wick below the liquidation wick and enter here and just hang on and go for that 68% chance that it's going to break to the upside with low stochastic. Like, you're just playing the odds here. You see what I'm saying? You're just playing the odds. Another thing that's kind of brewing that you almost can't deny is there's a bit of hidden bullish divergence. That is swinging down while that is swinging up. That's hidden bullish divergence. It is. No matter how you want to say it, I mean, you pull wick to wick on this, I pull, and you could say we wick down to the 886, we bounce off the 7, and we're in the golden pocket now, possibly for a move back to the upside. So I'm hanging on this bullish idea because we just keep hanging. And that's going to bring me to what? If you've been watching my channel, what? The 22-hour time frame in the 200 MA, right? And look, as we hang below it, we did close a candle below it. And now we just kind of, and I'm bearish, but look, it is a higher low, low. We're holding a higher low. So will we collapse? Is this an M pattern double top that's going to collapse to the downside? And I know people are bored of this. This is the same thing I've been saying for weeks. Until it changes, this is it. This is still on the table that we could drop to 80K, even further down, maybe even to 75, and maybe even to 68,000. That is possible, my friends. Black Swan, something crazy. The 22 is pretty overbought, and we're below the 200 MA. So it's not amazing right now. Let's be honest. We're kind of in this like standstill place. The people that long have a lot of guts, right? Again, I went over the logic with you. I can't tell you what to do. And just because I do something, and if you do what I do and you lose, you blame me. If I do something and you don't do it, you blame yourself. Right? Let me say that again. If I do something and you do what I do and you lose, you blame me. If I do something and I win and you don't do it, you blame yourself. Oh, I should have taken his call. Don't worry about me. I'm just giving you education. Take the information I give you, interpolate it into a probability, and decide upon yourself what you will do. That's what I'm teaching you. Is anyone telling me what to do? No. Okay? The charts are telling me what to do. That's the one thing. All right? Definitely need the smaller time frame to save us. Lifer is a basic, but needs to get rid of that. Oh my gosh. Yikes. So we have this level here at 104,800. An entry here at 97,000. I like it. This market is all over the place because Bitcoin have been out hurting everyone else. They get no recovery time. I mean, I don't know why you're getting hurt. I've just been slowly trading and taking advantage of this market, and I haven't been getting hurt at all. So, I'm not saying I win every trade, but I'm winning more of my trades, and I'm in the green. So we'll see where it goes. The 22-hour doesn't look amazing. It's overbought on the stochastics RSI, and it is fighting. And it's, fighting to get back above the 200 MA. Pretty bearish. We had a beautiful spike. Look, 97.5, and that was lackluster. 12-hour also, and so if you have to take a look at this, it's like you head to the top of the channel, and a liquidation event could come right down here, somewhere to 93K. Let's take a look at BOOKMAP and see where the liquidity lies. How many people are long? How many people are short? So this guy's been short with a massive stop at 101,000. There's 672 Bitcoin up there in big positions waiting. And then you got these people thinking we're going to get back down to 94, all the way back down to 91,002. So it does, BOOKMAP suggests if we go anywhere, it's a little bit above us, but the most liquidity is below us. So BOOKMAP suggesting we're going to see a bit of a dump. So now we want to start seeing probabilities of that. Right now, if we can flip back above this 200 MA, we're going to rip. Like if I see the 22-hour get back above this 200 MA, the yellow line here, then I'd be looking for flags on the 15-minute and the 1 hour to trade. If we stay below this, I'm looking for bear flags. You see, and it really depends on where we go. It's low volume Friday, so I don't expect to get many answers too fast. It could take 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 hours to really get, find out what's happening. And then at the end of the day, it's this. You got this trend line brewing. You got this trend line brewing. And you're in a symmetrical triangle. These mainly break to the downside. 68% of the time, the base of the triangle, right? We go a little small ball there, like this one here. But to me, it coincides with basically dropping towards the end of this channel. So right now, I don't mean to be the bearer of bears news, but I gotta say that the odds are more likely. The odds are more likely that we're gonna get a dump to the downside. Okay? Sorry to say. because symmetrical triangles mainly dump. So yeah, that's what this one's a little high. Get to that resistance possibly. So here you are. You're in a symmetrical triangle on the 4-hour time frame. You break up, you go to 99.5, you break down, you go to the bottom of this channel here, somewhere to 93,006. It looks like you could even get to 93.2, right? I'm not saying that's guaranteed, but I mean, look, it's kind of double toppy. And that is a symmetrical triangle. You can't say it's not. If you know your TA, that's a symmetrical triangle. 90% of it's a 50-50 pattern, meaning it could break up or down, but 90% of the time, I've almost said the last 20 I've seen, 20 of them have dumped. I haven't seen one break up. Not one out of the last like 25. So to me, it's a bearish pattern, and it tells me to be careful on the day. It tells me that we may likely get a dump to the downside. So just be careful for that. If this is what you're looking at to do today. All right. Now, what could change this? Let's see if we can see some bullishness. So look, and then we would just roll over on the 4-hour. You see that? And this would just come on down. It almost kind of has a shoulder, a head, and a right shoulder vibe too. And that brings us to the 1-hour, which, remember, I'm going to blow your mind now. The channel is going to give you an overload of technical analysis, but you got to be ready for it all. So look, this is a beautiful atom. This is your Eve, an Adam and Eve double bottom. Adam and Eve double bottoms break out I 90% of the time. Like, they break out just like the other one I said breaks down, symmetrical. And that tells us that we can get all the way up to about, what, 106,243 for BTC? If this thing can just continue to go sideways and play the way it's supposed to play. BNB did this. We kind of have, like, so this is like your Hail Mary bullish idea here, that you're going to get this, what's called an Adam and Eve double bottom out of Bitcoin, and we're going to break on out of here to the upside. I'm going to get rid of the symmetrical just for a second and show you something else. We'll keep these here because they'll come in handy. But you go here, you grab your path, and, to me, it definitely has some diamond vibes, right? And it looks like a diamond to me. Some say it's a bit of a stretch, but to me, it looks like a beautiful diamond. And a lot of times they are elongated to the right or to the left. And if you come into the bottom to the top of the diamond, 68% of the time you're going to break on out. So we're looking for this to bounce, go sideways, tight, and then break on out to 99.5. All right. At the same time, boom. So how do we find out what's going to happen? An analyst just gave you the weekly all the way down to the 1-hour, but you're left with nothing. You're left with, the guy just told me it could go either way. He didn't tell me a dang thing. You know what I'm saying? Like, what does this knowledge do for you now that I've given it to you? How do you use it? And see, this is the difference between my channel and the next channel you're going to watch. Every other channel, 90% of them are going to give you, there's some good ones out there, but I've watched almost every one of them. They give you the TA, but they don't really teach you how to use it later on today. And that's what we're going to do right now. So stay tuned, stay focused after a word from our sponsors. Hi, welcome to Sam Price. No, I'm just joking around. I don't have a word from my sponsor. Let's get back to the chart. So let's take a look here at 99,005. Can we break further to the upside? That's what we're looking for here for Bitcoin. All right. I believe in you. Remember that. Now, what are we going to do about this? Well, we're going to slap on the moving averages. First things first, we're going to slap on the moving averages. And see how tight they're getting? People signed off, right? There was no sponsor. Moving averages are very tight. This kind of almost shoulder, head, right, shouldery. It's just, this is sketchy business. But I'll tell you what, the diamond plays out. I trust that the diamond will break out. See, I go by probability, so we should be getting a bounce here, getting tight, and then we'll see what happens. What we don't want to see, what do we do want to see? We want to get back above the 15-minute 200 MA and the next half an hour to an hour. That's going to be key. If we do not do that, and we continue to make a bear flag on the 5-minute, the 7-minute time frame, which I used to use the 7-minute so much, I've abandoned it. I've abused it. Let's get back to my set. But the 7-minute has to get back above the 200 MA, which it looks pretty sketchy. It was a pump and dump for sure. Look at that thing. The 1 minute's in a cup and handle here. It has to kind of get back into good graces. So the 1 minute will play a crucial role. Look, we got above the 1 minute 200 MA, one candle open. Look, a nice, beautiful scalp. We got below a nice, beautiful dump. Using the 200 MA on the 1 minute time frame is so advantageous. Last night we had a rippage. You got in right there. Look at that beautiful pump to the upside. Everybody wants to make gains. Nobody knows how. I can teach you every single day of the week. Look, when we got above the 200 MA on the 1 minute time frame, it was busy right there. This was a perfect one. That candle closed above it. You opened up the trade and you just got to take one of the biggest rips from Bitcoin from 95.4 all the way up to 97,691. That's a beautiful trade. So I don't know. Everyone's been complaining. It has been tough. I don't know which way Bitcoin's going to go in the long term. But in this little mini chop city, I'm able to find some gains. So either I finally perfected my style to the point where I can trade it at any single moment in time, or you people have just given me the confidence to win because you show up every day. And whatever it is, and I think it's the latter. I think it's each and every one of you giving me the confidence to be here. When you give yourself to the world and the world give themselves to you, there becomes this synchronicity of energy that just can't be stopped. And that's why we show up every single day here on this channel. Shout out to the crypto lifers. Pat yourselves on the back. This is the strongest community in the game. We never shilled on you. We never told you this. You had to buy alt season was coming in 5 days. If I had a penny for every, or a dime for every single channel that said alt season's coming in 5 days from now, 4 days from now, we're going to get the biggest alt season. This is what happened in 2000. Honestly, we'll know when it happens. You'll start to see the signs that the total 3 and US Tether dominance and Bitcoin dominance will let us know with about 3 to 5 days in advance. They'll give a screaming signal on the 3-day chart that will have a high probability of what's going to happen. So look, now we got to watch this on the 1 minute, and we need to get a reversal here. Very, very important. And you can see, how did this dump? If you had a keen eye, you could have seen a shoulder, a head, and a right shoulder. You would have been able to take in the measured move from the neckline to the head. And then you would have swung it to the downside here, which would have told you exactly where you were going to go. Which you stopped, then you stutter stepped. Nice pump back up for Bitcoin. I like to see it. Get above that 200. Let the 15-minute get back above that 200 MA. And we could bounce right back up to the upside here. And it will just be like it never happened. And then we're gonna get tight inside the end of the diamond. I feel like it was a fake out of the diamond, so we can clearly say that was a fake out. They faked to break out the diamond. And they brought us back inside. So again, I'm away from this. I'm not scalping smaller time frames as much, even though you can see they play out pretty nicely. Look, you get above the, we did use this when the 15-minute broke above the 200 MA. You flag it out. I don't know if you remember, but yesterday we talked about it, and I mentioned this to my trading group. I said, now we want to see if we can get back to the 21-day moving average or make a flag and keep above the 200 MA. If we can, then that's a win. The probabilities are winning there, and the stochastics as well. It all comes into play. That's why your stochastics are RSI. MACD is just an add-on for visualization of lack of bearish momentum. I want to see that the histogram is very small. See that? That's what I'm looking for. And I'd like to see the blue line and the red line below the equator. Those are the key things that I would like to see if possible. So I like this bounce. I'm expecting it. And, you know, again, low volume on the Friday. They just went and they got the 100X traders over here and down here. Let me show you something I haven't shown in a while. And here, what you could do is see if you got a bunch of stuff you're working with, but you don't want to get rid of it. You can shift, hold it, right click it, create a group of drawings, and then get rid of it. Why am I doing this? Well, I just wanted to show you something right quick. I think that'll blow your mind. All right. But I didn't want to have like so much here on the chart, right? Now, whenever I'm looking at Bitcoin on the long or short term, right, it's important that I remind myself of the biggest probability first and then go backwards, right? Like right now, the biggest probability is this diamond could break out back to the upside as far as I'm concerned right now at the present moment in time. Doesn't mean it's guaranteed, but it's what we're looking for, all right? That's what we're looking for. Oh, there was something that crossed my mind. Always a reason your brain, you convinced me to DCA into Bitcoin till I die. I continue to buy BTC. And everyone, if you had bought Bitcoin historically on this channel when I did, I bought it here at the low when we called the lows. I bought 19K, which was my historic buy of a whole Bitcoin in front of the world, just to let everyone know how much I cared. That's still up over $70,000. Like, so you all know I've made 70 grand on one buy. You know what I'm saying? On one of my many buys. So again, I'm not trying to brag, but this is the channel you guys saw me deploy. I deployed capital like a madman into these levels because I had a high probability that was going to be the lowest prices we would ever receive for BTC. All right, in the history of Bitcoin. Now, if we go to the like the 2 week chart, and I just want to show you to the newcomers out there, like, and you can use this on any asset in the world for the rest of your life. All right. But what you want to see is, look, whenever you're oversold on the stochastics RSI, preferably on the 2 week chart, that's where I want to be getting in. That's where I want to be getting it in. All right. Lack of bearish momentum on the MACD. I want to see the MACD turning here. See this small histogram on the MACD comparatively? That tells me that that's a good likely indication to get in. Another here. See the MACD starting to turn here. Another, so I use the RSI, the stochastics RSI, but mainly the stochastics. If I didn't even have these two, I would be buying whenever we're below the dotted line. Now, today, this tells us this isn't the best time to buy Bitcoin. It tells us we're in the middle of maybe a bigger move. Like we're kind of in here. Like, see, this is the bottom and we're in the middle. But when you do cross the line, there could be a big move there. Well, if you can see, I mean, it's pointed down right now. That's bearish. Right now, the 2 week chart is suggesting that there could be a pullback. Right? So we'd have to get some type of bounce sooner than later here for Bitcoin, right? Now, forgive me, I wanted to show you something, but it slipped my mind exactly what I wanted to show you. But regardless of that, I'm going to take a look. Today is going to be our macro technical analysis video that I put out later today. I'm going to break down so many things, including Bitcoin dominance, Tether dominance. Everyone, if you were in my trading group, we found a pretty interesting coin, not earlier than everyone else, but we were able to make some pretty nice gains on it. It was called Broccoli, right? And it's kind of the talk of the town now at $145 million market cap. But we looked at it right around here as it was kind of cup and handling, and it started to break on out. And this thing just exploded to the upside. And shout out to anyone that may or may not have jumped in. We went over this on the weekly screen share. Every single week I do a weekly screen share. We go over Bitcoin and we talk about the altcoins. And, we saw that CZ had put a tweet out about an hour past. And next thing you know, this thing was at, a $40 million market cap or something. And it has since tripled or even more to $143 million market cap, up 326% from when we started looking at it here. It also came out on MEXC at that exact point. So shout out to anyone that 3X this coin. Bang, bang, bang. And gains again. So, hey, are we back? I don't know. But Broccoli for 245% and up a little more, probably 326 now from the move. About 245% gain. But you can see that cup and handle there. There was the flag, and it started to break out. And this thing just continued to moon from 9:30 on, Broccoli. And that was the CZ's dog, right? So, and then Mandy having a beautiful pump to the upside. It just looked like it was in a beautiful, nice little flag there. That flag did rip to the upside for Mandy. Pretty interesting. So some altcoins are giving some gains here, and we were able to catch them last night in the trading group. If you did come to the weekly screen share, you were privy to that information, and you're able to make some gains. If you want to know more, go to cryptolifer.com. Again, I use technical analysis to figure this out. When you really look at it, you can see that we were in a cup and handle here. They call me Sammy Cup and Handy for a reason. All right. And that, beautiful cup and handle that could break out. Resistance right there at 17, 18 cents. And then it came back for another handle that ripped up again. And could this thing continue? I'm wary on this stuff. If I 3 to 5 exit, take my money, maybe leave an initial bag and move on, right? It's all about covering. Don't give them your money back. It's a very high risk game. And again, I'm not a financial advisor, and nothing I say and do should be taken as such, right? Looks like it may even have the chance to go lower down to that 786 Fibonacci. Does it become a $1 billion market cap coin? It very well may be. I mean, it's CZ. And BNB, let's talk about BNB, is getting a resurgence here. And first thing I want to kind of discuss is, why is BNB ripping? What's happening? Well, BNB has always been at the premier. It was faster and quicker than Uniswap, and that's why Cake really came off and pumped pretty hard. And you know, Cake put it on the map there for all of us. So here we stand. We're looking for the 15-minute to hold above the 200 MA. We're looking for the 7-minute to do the same above the 200 MA. The 5. We're looking for the 1 minute to recapture its 200 MA. You see this? And again, we are in a tight channel. It's messy. Let's go over it again in case you're a bit confused, because I could see how you're like, well, what is he saying? Well, let's get rid of all this scribble that I have here. So in my humble opinion, it was a fake out. They faked the breakout of this diamond, which we're in, but then they bounced off the bottom of the channel. And now we're just kind of inside the diamond. And if anything, it looks like we're kind of be doing some of this for most of the day. It looks like we're going to get sideways price action for Bitcoin. I could be wrong, but that's what it looks like. Everybody, one thing I do want to remind you, I teach class the last Saturday of every month, $150. Hit the QR code if you want to jump on in. What do I go over there? I go over a PowerPoint at the end that you get, a 9-page PowerPoint that gives you, you know, proper risk management that we go over live together, and then how to incorporate it. It talks about basically my 9-point checklist before I get into any single trade, and you spend 3 hours with me. We go over Bitcoin. You know, we look at it logarithmically. I talk about where the halvings are. I discuss where I got into Bitcoin and why. I showed you how I build generational wealth with BTC, and then I give you the indicators that I use one by one, step by step, from the very beginning of going to tradingview.com to the end where you become, you know, drawing your lines and starting to see what's happening. So if you want 3 hours with me, the last Saturday of every month, it's going to be in about a week, the 22nd, next Saturday. Hit the QR code and find out more. We teach class every single month once, but it's only one day a month, so just jump on in. Shout out to Paul Wood I also do one-on-ones for $300 an hour. If you want to jump in a one-on-one, discuss kind of your journey in crypto. I am not a financial advisor. I will not go over your portfolio. That's not what we'll be doing. I'm not going to be like, hey, what I will do is teach you technical analysis, go over some insights. You can tell me, ask me any questions you want, go over ideas, thoughts. We can discuss coins. We can discuss technology for sure. We can have a blast. So if that gets you going, I do one-on-ones. They're $300 an hour because I am very busy. But they are there if you want to hit the link and you want to have a one-on-one with me. All right. I don't mention that enough. I don't think people even realize it's possible because I don't even advertise it because I'm so busy helping groups of people at a time, you know. Also, why is my star gone next to my name? I think it might, you got to renew. But I do see a lot of stars out, you know. Paul's back in the house, man. Shout out to everybody here. So yeah, we're watching this, in my humble opinion, diamond get tighter and tighter in the zone, and I'm looking for the bounce back to the upside as the 15-minute regains the 200 MA, and that's kind of what's happening right now. A lot of people caught completely off guard. There's also, look, see how that moved up and that moved down? As messy as that was a bit of a divergence, which was a liquidation event right there, which tells me that that's kind of on a low volume Friday that may have been the low. But we'll see. Only time will tell. Tonight, that 3-day candle closes. We're going to watch it, and we're going to watch this diamond as we get tighter and tighter inside of the space. It tells me in 5, 1, 2, 3. Let's take a look here. If we go to the plus sign and we hold shift down, it tells me that and you can go, somewhere between, I'd say 4 to 8 hours. You're going to end up at the end of this diamond, and you're going to have to pick a decision. Something's going to happen here, so beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. All right. One thing we really want to make a point to take a look at, and I'm going to look at it again later on today, but it's total 3. The entire market cap of all the cryptocurrencies, excluding Bitcoin and Ethereum. And what we really want to see is this Adam and Eve hold us down here. And let's take a look at what the heck is an Adam and Eve. What am I saying? Everything that I teach you is a Googleable event at the end of the stream. You should write it down, right? And you should Google this stuff, okay? And double reference what I'm saying, gain a further, deeper understanding. You know, send yourself some information. But look at this. Adam and Eve trading strategy is used in technical analysis, particularly in identifying potential trend reversals. It's a variation of a double bottom or double top. Carried is by two distinct bottoms or tops named Adam and Eve. Adam typically refers to a sharp V-shaped bottom or top, while Eve is more the rounded and gradual. The Adam and Eve is used for both bullish and bearish reversals. For a bullish reversal, traders look for a breakout above the highest point between the two bottoms as a signal to enter along. I don't buy breakouts. I identify the right side, but again, in the stochastics, and I don't get in where everyone else gets in. Again, you can also hit images and just kind of take a look, like what does it look like? Where do you find it? And start to identify Adam and Eve's. And, you know, it takes a few years to really get amazing at seeing this stuff, executing it, and being able to, you know, make it happen. But you will be able to do this. It will happen. It will happen. So you can see on total 3, that's a bit of an Adam and Eve double bottom. And we're looking for this V shape with the rounded bottom to break back to the upside for these altcoins. Very crucial we break this neckline and start to head to the 200 MA on the 4-hour time frame. If for whatever reason we start to roll over, you know, maybe we'll look for some type of strange inverted headed shoulder, but it will postpone the dream or tell us that maybe the dream is not alive. So we're going to watch this closely, and it's definitely something we want to pay attention to. Live, laugh, love, and shout out to the awesome super chats coming in strong right now. And God bless everybody. Happy Valentine's Day to everybody out there. May God bless you. I made the same mistake when I was younger, Sammy. Still regret it. Terrible. How people make it seem so normal. Amen. God bless you. Thank you, Mark. And hey, I guess it. Thank you. That's all I got. Top 10 analysis on FARTBOY. We'll take a look at it. Did you say do? Yeah, I did. I say that all the time, man. You're funny. Shout out to Jay Lana. Shout out to Paul Wood. Shout out to Live, Laugh, and Love. Wow, we got an awesome team of people here today. Unbelievable group. Let's get those likes up to the watchers. If you're still here, you're an OG. You know, a lot of people in my group made massive gains. Like they might have put a couple grand, who knows, but a couple grand turned into $6 grand. $2 grand turned into almost $6 grand on broccoli last night, right? So a grand turned into $3 grand, 500 into 1,500. There's money to be made out here for the people that are not afraid. Look at that gap in the VRVP and these altcoins telling us that there could be a beautiful move back. Look at this. This is called the VRVP or the VPVR, however you call it. And it tells us where there's a lot of liquidity on the books. And look at that beautiful gap in the order book saying when these alts moon, they move fast. That's a smooth move down. They can do a smooth move up. We are looking for these alts to make a massive move. It's almost a rising wedge here. And it would be nice if we just get this catalyst, Bitcoin moons, and the alts follow. Boom, 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 boom. We get a Friday night pump. That 3-day candle closes hot with bullish engulfing for Bitcoin. And hey, somehow, some way, we fend off the bears this weekend and end up back on track next week. Hey, I'm painting a beautiful picture. I know I'm trying to blow hopium, but hey, one day, one step, one candle at a time. You know, I'd much rather, you know, I'm open-minded, right? Anything can happen. I'll trade short, I'll trade long. But you know, everyone that knows me knows I much rather trade long and knows that I'd much rather see Bitcoin pumping than dumping. I've been an advocate for Bitcoin for a long time. Why? Because of the fiat currency graveyard. Money printing is wealth theft. They not only they tax your money, but they print it to 0 too as well. In a 10-year period, you probably work for free for 3 years. People don't realize that. Why? Because 3 of the years you're working for complete freedom because you get taxed at 30%, usually 20, be somewhere between 20 and 30, a regular person. And then on top of that, they print your money. And they cut you in half. They probably take about 20 to 30% every 10 years. You might even work for 4 years for free, really, when you look at it. So if you made 100 grand, or let's just say you made 500 grand in 4 years, I mean, they took so much of it, and then they printed that money. They printed the purchasing power away. So you can't buy with what you could buy with that money 10 years ago. And that's going to continue to happen. Every 10 years, you're going to be able to pay you're going to buy way less with your dollar. I figured this out because I studied fiat currencies, and I realized that I had to get myself out of them. In 2010, in 2008, I came to this concept. After the housing crisis, I saw Peter Schiff tell me that I should be buying gold and silver because there's going to be and again, he was peddling his gold and silver, but he also just said, hey, I see these as they're giving A mortgages, but they're B, they're C, D. He's like, this is horrible. He's like, I can see the writing on the wall. And we had the collapse. I started buying gold and silver. Then I started trading it. And I understood, see, I didn't rush after Bitcoin as some digital fad. I wanted to be into the newest technical cool thing that everyone else was doing. I wanted to be in something that was protecting me from the complete devastation of the US dollar. They're going to print it. Now, I love the dollar, don't get me wrong, and I love the United States, and I'm from Boston. They used to call me Paul Revere, man. That was my nickname back home. One if by land, two if by sea. The Freedom Trail in Boston. You learn so much about how America became amazing. You're still a revolutionary at heart here in Boston, New England, baby. You know, we made a new England. We started a new place. We were done with what they told us. So the point is, taxation is theft, man, over and over again. And when over fiscal spending by the government, and so they all say that it was transitory. I told you it was not. I told you that because I've been studying it for 10 years and I was waiting for these times where they were going to come out and tell me it was transitory. Because I've been waiting. I've been telling my family and friends about inflation since 2010 and 11. You can ask my friends. I've been telling them, hey, you should buy gold. Before Bitcoin, I was telling them to buy gold and silver. Look, this is a Bitcoin silver coin. It's a whole Bitcoin. I mean, it's not whole, it's a Bitcoin, but it's silver. It's an ounce of silver made to look like a Bitcoin. Right? This was given to me by a lifer who came over my house. And he came 1 troy ounce, 31.1 grams. This will continue to go up in value. Silver is going to take that ratio against gold. Right now, it's offset. I believe you're going to see a ratio of silver to gold that's going to skyrocket. So, and boom. Remember, I wasn't just a guy who started trading crypto. I started trading gold and silver, all right, for years on the New York Stock Exchange. Then I traded silver miners and gold miners on the Toronto Stock Exchange. Then I speculated on marijuana companies and stocks. Then I got into cryptocurrency and Bitcoin. It's been a 15 to 17 year journey. I'm 42 years old in about a month. In about 2 months, I'll be 42. And I started when I was about 21 years old. I started like researching and saying, I'm going to become a millionaire in this game, you know. Again, it took me a long time. All right. A lot longer than most people. I struggled with my focus. But I'm here now to help you, and I know I can. So let's take a look. This is an Adam and Eve double bottom. We'd love to get this pushed to the upside here on these altcoins. It's kind of crucial. But good signs that we can get a move to the upside here. And Bitcoin at 96.8, getting the bounce we told you that was likely. When everyone got scared and freaked out here, I showed you we were likely going to get a bit of a bounce, and we did. Interesting times to be alive. Let's take a look at these super chats as they're pouring in here. We got Void with the 1999. That's a fat one. Thank you so much. He says, Sam, thank you for being open with us about your past. I had my daughter at 19 and I had the same thought in my mind when I found out. God bless you for sharing your struggles. Your hindsight shows me I made the right choice. God bless you, you did. And I'm very, very happy. And I'm almost a little, you know, I'm like, dang, man, he did the right thing, right? Shout out to everybody here on the live. Thank you for being here. Please hit that like button. XRP says live, laugh, and love. We'll take a look at XRP and shout out to everybody here on the live. Let's get the likes up to the watches, everybody. We hit 1,000 likes every single day for like weeks and weeks on end. I haven't changed the show. I'm showing you how to make gains. The longs are still intact. I even called this bounce for you. I'm showing you where price action is likely going to go. I have it nicely coiled up in an organized manner. You don't have to freak out. You know what's happening. Where are my lifers, baby? Come on. Let's bring the energy up. Just because the market's down a little bit, we can't get to 2,700 people on the live. We can't get 1,000 likes, baby. Dear Lord, thank you for the likes in which I do receive. Thank you for the 1,900 people in which you did send to me. A little bit of lull in the market ain't bad. I'll take it. But man, dear Lord, these people realize this is the opportunity right here, right now. These are the times when everyone isn't paying attention. It's usually the time you should be paying attention. But dear Lord, I'm so grateful for the likes that I did receive. 612 beautiful souls that's give me those likes. That's going to come back to them tenfold. And I'm so grateful for every piece of attention or anything I do get on this channel because, hey, everybody's fighting. This is the attention economy. And thank you for any piece my business gets, dear Lord. I'm very, very grateful. And I hope to receive more and more every day as I continue to grind. Amen. Thank you. And I don't take days off. I push every day to prove to God, to myself, to the world that I'm grateful for this opportunity and I would never, ever want to lose it. I'm grateful for YouTube, grateful for Google, grateful for this opportunity. Today is YouTube's birthday. 20 years. YouTube is 20 years old. And I've been making content on YouTube. I had another channel before this for 3 years. I've been making content for about 8 or 9 years on YouTube. So half its entire life, I've been on YouTube, using YouTube, finding out YouTube has changed the world. And I'm so excited to be a part of YouTube, and I'm happy to be here. So thank you, everyone that takes advantage of the show, that jumps on in. And that is helping me achieve these dreams. We're going to 100,000 subscribers. I can feel it. I can smell it. I can taste it. We're on our way to cross 91,000. But I can't do it without each and every one of you. It's not possible without you guys to hit that like button, to subscribe, and to hit the notification bell. 97,000 for Bitcoin. Channels now, look, here we are. I'm going to just show you where the channel's at right now in subscribers. But we gotta get it. Let's get to 91,000. We're at 90,668. Look how long this journey has been for me. And look, my first year, look, I started, 38 subscribers. Look, it took me a year to get 100 subscribers. It took so long. Look, I worked for free. I did this for free for 2-3 years before I ever saw any. Only in the last 4 years of this channel's almost 6 years old, really. 5.5 years old. 2.5 of those years was just like, and then the beginning was the beginning. I mean, so if you think you're going to get paid immediately, if you think anything you do in life is going to happen overnight, man, get ready for a 5 to 10 year struggle, and just be ready to love it when you look back on the time that you put in. I'm going to tell you right now, I'd rather get rich for sure than get rich fast. Shout out to anyone that subscribed to this channel. It will come back to you tenfold. I'm so grateful to anyone that hits the subscribe button. It's good karma for you. You could tip a waiter, you could, but you have to go into your pocket and take out some monies like this, right? Or you could just hit that subscribe button. I'd greatly appreciate it. I haven't taken a day off since February of 2021, not one day off on this channel. The dedication is real, and it's because of each and every one of you. I thank you so much. So Bitcoin a little flat, going sideways, but again, I'm still long. I'm still long on the fact that we're going to break out of this to the upside. So we'll see what happens. And the 1 hour staying above the 200 MA. If the 1 hour can stay above the 200 MA, we actually have a shot here at greatness. And if you just take away everything else, you can see we are well, and the golden cross could be approaching there. They always play a lot of games around the diamond. I've seen it many times. And I'm open-minded. We never know what could happen. So moving forward, so we nailed the call for broccoli. Could have got it in even earlier. When I first saw it, I was just not ready for memes. I was like, really? More meme coins? I was like, do we really got to do this? More memes? But, it is what it is. One thing I want to show you that I have kind of planned for today, which I don't think you're ready for, I'm going to blow your mind. I got a cool idea here today that's pretty awesome. So we go to CoinGecko, right? And we're going to look at the categories. And I wanted to do this with you, but we got made in the USA. Why? Well, we also have the World Liberty Financial Portfolio. Both of those you definitely want to take a look at, right? So we'll start with the World Liberty Financial Portfolio. They got ETH, they got Chainlink, Ondo, ENA. I have all of these except for Move and Aave. I played that last time. But I do have, and I don't really have too much ETH but I love Ondo and I love Chainlink. Those are my hot calls here, and I got some ENA. I think that's important to have because something's brewing there. They're not going to buy, something's brewing. Now we look at the made in the USA too, and you want to see, well, what's made in the USA? Well, XRP, Solana, and these could all be basically exempt from capital gain. All right. Chainlink, Sui, Avalanche, Stellar, Litecoin, Hedera, Near, Official Trump, Algorand, Render. Okay. So look, I have 100 grand in Render. I have 100 grand in Solana. Okay. I got 100, I got a bunch of Cardano. I got 100 grand in Chainlink. All the coins, I got a bunch of money in Sui. All the coins I have are made in the USA. I got a bunch of Injective. I have some say. Wow. XEN, we got some XEN, no we? So this is kind of hot. Because if we do get this run, and we get a nice push, I got Arkham. And you want to see, I got some Zeta. You want to see, what do you have in here? And wow, there's a good amount of coins. I didn't think there'd be this many, honestly. Goldfinch, ArcBlock, ABT. And this year, Solana went the entire year without a botched transaction. The entire network never went down in, I believe, in 2020, or basically in a whole year period. First, it's an awesome sign, right? That we can handle, and we've had more transactions than ever. Anyway, you want to pay attention to this top made coins of the USA. and see what's going down. Let's take a look here too. Remember, I forgave you that coin the other day, B3 Fun. I didn't buy into it at all. I'm just kind of paying attention, and maybe the next coin that could get some buzz in the next 2 to 3 weeks. It is on base. I do like base coins. Well, I did get sold off pretty fast, right? And again, I did not jump into it. I'm paying. That looks like a weird manipulative sell-off there. I like that Pantera Capital is back at it. Whenever Pantera gets in, it sparks my interest. Dan over there at Pantera gets me going. So I've been following him for years. Made a couple. I got into the coins and then found out he was in them too. That played out a long time ago. So we talked about Exterio. I keep mentioning it. It keeps getting one of the most searched coins in the last 7 days, right? Ondo 2 holding 130, really strong. Sui above 350, strong. Bear had that airdrop, of course. It's nice. It might kind of mellow out somewhere between 5 and 6. Soul Layer, a new one out here, $180 million market cap. May want to take a look at that Layer. Soul Layer. People keep looking at Melania. I don't know why. I'd leave it alone, but I guess they want to, keep playing around. Kikas Maximus, doesn't get me going much. Solana still hot though at 199. Arkham 70 cents. And Plume. And so you can kind of see these are what people are looking at. And there's that shady Pi network thing. I started doing that a long time ago, but I don't know, something about it threw me off. So, but again, maybe it's great. I don't want to put anyone's coin down. Top 20 most visited coins in the last 7 days. We got We got Story Protocol, IP. And this one kind of also came out on MEXC. So that's a new coin you want to write down that popped. And what I do is I'm not trying to 10x or 30x every single coin. I like to buy coins on the low in the bearish markets. When Sui first came out, we were able to identify it even at a buck like 2 years ago, and then got back in pretty strong at about 70 cents. Then you got Soul Layer, you got Solana, Ondo Finance, all right, ENA, all this other kind of. But the idea is, I bought Ondo when it was super low. You can't buy, like the coins that I think are hot, you can't get them at the prices we bought them at. Solana below 120, below 100 even. XRP, I bought at 15 cents, 16 cents. So I'm still holding massive gains in a beautiful portfolio, despite it looking like it was a massive alt bang out. The only things I got hit on are the most speculative coins. All right, but these are the most visited 20 coins of the last 7 days. Pay attention here. And we're going to keep feeding you the hotness. And, I also depend on each and every one of you. Show up and send us the hot coins. What are you guys looking at? What are you looking for? Right? Put it in the live chat. Let me know. I want to know what coin. You guys send us a lot of coins. This stream itself creates an amazing resource for coins. People help me out all the time, show me what's hot. Just by going live every single day, we kind of stay in the limelight. So, yeah. Honey is heating up. Pengu by Pudgy. Yeah, Pengu's all right. We got XRP. We got Covalent. And we got FARTBOY. Let's take a look at FARTBOY. Now, FARTBOY was actually a great call. We started looking at FARTBOY down here somewhere, like when it was a penny or 2 pennies or something. I mean, this thing has been ripping ever since. I did see it in this flag. Looks like it could do some damage. And it went up, a 41% on the flag. Now, look at it. It has some bearish divvy. Kind of a cup and handle. It would have to bounce off this upper trend line. Maybe in for kind of a double top further. This thing has been hot and the trend's been your friend. So you could assume that this trend will continue. To the upside. That's kind of your trend line right there. You see? Bounce, and pull this up a little bit. That would continue further on up. Get us all the way here to about, 38 cents. Amen. Thank you for sharing. 20 years ago did the same. We should pray for those who did the same. Amen. Thank you. Yeah, XDC will soon be on your radar, Sam. I've been stacking XDC too as well. And that's the one coin I bought in the dip. About $6 grand USD of it. So I'm telling you guys right now, the one coin that I felt like jumping in on. Sam's the type of guy that wear mittens. How did you know that? Yeah, big mittens. Just added to Maddie Bag, 5.5 million cap today. Community so strong, amazing. Shout out to Joel Taylor Murphy. Shadow has been holding around its current levels. And FARTBOY's just been in a beautiful trend. If it can consolidate, I don't know, 4 to 16 hours there, 16, 20 hours. I mean, it's likely going to bounce back to 38 cents. This thing's been on a tear. And yeah, if the 1 hour stays above that 200 MA, we might have ourselves a bit of a move here later on in the whole market. See, I'm looking for that Adam and Eve right there on AI16Z. Still not ready to go full-blown Sammy cup and handy into the alts like I usually do. Wow, Trump ripping 16 all the way back to 21. And could Trump coin be on a resurgence? Look at that inverted head and shoulder out the flag. It was 16 cents. It's now 21 cents. You think Trump is going to let this coin die? Wow, on the daily, it's got a bullish engulfing candle. As if someone bought it on the bottom. The only thing is this coin rips again. Everyone's going to sell all their altcoins for it again. It's kind of like, it's like the scariest coin in the game when it starts to moon. But wow, I mean, you can say it just broke through a massive downtrend. Almost that slanted Adam and Eve. See that I kind of talk about. Wow. Trump coin getting a massive pump to the upside. It is getting away from that 21-day moving average. It's pumping as we speak here. Whoa. Whoa. And made this beautiful flag touch the 21-day moving average, and it was gone. Sustainable. I mean, the 10-minute even says it could go higher. Almost have to check it out on the smaller time frames, though. Difficult to say. But wow, back to 24, and then when people start buying it, they'll FOMO into this thing pretty fast. So, can you check GME USDT? We'll take a look at it. Wow, Trump coin doing some damage. Looks like the next top, if it gets a pump, is at least 24. And we'll have to go from there, one step at a time on the smaller time frames there. Let's take a look at XDC, everybody's favorite ISO 222 coin. What's going down with XDC? So XDC looked really nice. It bounced off that 19, had a wick all the way back up to 28, but kind of sitting pretty now. I like to look at it on the 3-day chart. It's still a little overbought on the 3-day. Could it come lower? It could to the 21-day moving average on the 3-day chart. Looks like it might even go up or down 6 more days. Maybe bounce off that 786. It does look like it's coming back to a point where it should bounce though. And so again, I'm accumulating a little bit here and we'll see where it goes. I'm willing to buy more if it comes down. But it's definitely a coin I'm looking at that I'm a little interested in. Let's take a look at XRP. And thank you so much for the super chat for XRP. So I was looking for XRP to bounce. You can see I drew it like this. I said, we want to see XRP bounce back to the top of the channel. Depends on what Bitcoin does. We don't want to see the black swan. And we did get the bounce. And now we want to see it up. And look, we're looking for shoulder, head, kind of right shoulders, and then a move on out. So if XRP does this, and it will take 4 to 5 days maybe even, look for it to consolidate and continue. And then I see XRP going to $5. But again, you can't lose the 200 MA in the 12 hour. If you do that, we're in some type of black swan, and you may have to short XRP to 165. As long as we stay above this yellow line on the 12 hour, as long as this bounce continues here, I see XRP making a move, which it just did. Further back to the top of the channel, making some type of right shoulders there, and then breaking on out to the upside. So far, so good. XRP is doing what it's supposed to do if it's going to remain bullish. If it changes course, I'll let you know. But right now, the course is strong for this continuation on up out of here to the upside for XRP. And it's got this parabolic vibe, too. It tells me it can go parabolic to the upside. I like what I'm seeing here for XRP. All right. Super chat, Cody, Shadow, and X. Let's take a look at CQT, which is covalent. Covalent. I believe if I'm correct, right? Yeah, covalent. I like this coin back in the day. Researched it. Researched the CEO, the founder. Very interesting person. Felt like covalent had some next level stuff going to it. Kind of like a search engine like GRT competitor. But they said it was even far more specific and it would work far better, but never really gets the marketing. Nobody talks about it anymore. And it's at the bottom of its barrel, right? Pretty low. If you believe in the project, so to speak. But again, we're in this, I'll tell you right now, we're in a diluted narrative. And shout out to the 777 likes. Look at that, 777 on the likes. You people are unbelievable. 777 on those likes. May God bless each and every one of you for being here. That's so awesome. You people are awesome. I love 777s, man. And Evan, God, thank you for all the people that sent likes my way. It's the nicest thing for them to get karma back and hook me up and help my channel grow. God bless you. Thank you. PYTH, Shadow, and ICP. Sam, you remember Compound? Of course. I mean, it's an oldie but goodie. According to your experience, do you see XRP reaching Ethereum's price? No, I do not. But anything is possible. I really don't. I don't see that happening. Yeah, Covalent could get a move off that higher low. Kind of like Trump finally got the boom. If you want to play it safe, you wait for a candle to close above the 12-hour Twitter and then make a long. And if you believe in the coin, that's the low price, right? I wouldn't touch it. Even though I like the project, I wouldn't touch it. PYTH was hot. And I can't believe it. Look, PYTH going lower than it's ever been. 22 cents. It's just like, oh my gosh. This has been and you know, everyone's, oh, PYTH, it's Pythagoras theorem, it's connected to Ondo, it's institutional, it's going to get that. Never did, though. And it just got sold off beyond belief. I was buying PYTH down here, and I've been holding it ever since. It's just insanity. Like, then when it came down, I bought a little more. I did all the right things. I bought the lows and held. We'll see what happens. I still believe it's a great project, but dang. I mean, that's tough. That's the lowest it's ever been, and who knows? Does it go lower? Maybe. To me, it looks like it's making a giant inverted head and shoulder. Hey, the fact that Trump came back lets me think that anything, you know, but if Trump pumps too much, people might FOMO into it again and sell altcoins for it yet again. You know, what if it does a double black swan capitulation to the altcoins? I'm just throwing it out there. I'm not saying it's guaranteed. I'm just throwing it out there, though. It's possible, right? Let's take a look at Shadow USDT here on Coinbase. Shadow token USDT said it held its own. I mean, it looks like it's down to the dumps. Yeah, another coin that just got beat to the ground. Pretty depressing to look at. If you believe in the project, there it is, but I don't know. Cup and handle, double bottom, I guess, yeah. I'm all set. Let's take a look at this new thing, IP Story. So this just came out on MEXC. It's brand new. Seems like it's forming some type of, you know, tight triangle. I mean, if it's so new, how could people sell it off? You know, highly speculative, but you would say, hey, could this thing get a breakout? Bit of a double bottom. It could continue to move. We're looking for that move to 252.2 for IP USDT. It's on my radar. I'm definitely going to watch it. What I'm going to do here is I'm going to put an alert. I like to put basically vertical alerts. I'll bring this down where it should be. There we go. It's just a vertical line. Price action has to go to the right, whether it goes up or down. Because if you put an alert up here and it doesn't hit this level, then you won't get the alert down here the same. But I found one day, I was like, why don't I just put it on a line? When they cross the line, I'll get an alert and boom, I will know exactly what's happening. And it will be like magic, right? I am hearing Caspa getting listed on Coinbase. I don't see why it shouldn't. It's a premier coin. Everything in my boots tells me it should, but we'll see. Let's take a look at ICP, Internet Computer. Over here. I mean, everything's in this Adam and Eve double bottom. It's either the bottom or we're getting clobbered again, and, you know. But that is an Adam and Eve. They break out many, many times to the upside, suggesting that this thing would boom, and you got the gap in the VRVP there. All the way back to 889, and it says this is your level to buy. So I might be calling the absolute bottom here for these altcoins. And at this point, I mean, it's low risk, right? I mean, you're not buying the top. And a lot of people are still just not, you know, they're shook ones. You're looking for FARTBOY to consolidate there. If it does that, I could see it going to 38 cents. I don't own any. It doesn't matter to me what happens to FARTBOY. I am not shilling my own bags. The FULLSEND community coin. I mean, they're a huge community. And that thing's been booming. The TA is a little sketchy. Possible pullback. Sharp uptrend. But wow, I mean, it looks like it could moon too, though. It's got 1.8 million in locked liquidity. You'd feel more comfortable for it to go sideways, but I mean, this is FULLSEND. They're one of the most famous YouTube conglomerates in the world. As long as they don't rug their own coin, I don't see how this thing doesn't continue to rip, right? It's FULLSEND. Like, you hold it for a month or two and you see what happens. The earlier, the better. And then some people that get in super early, I'd like to see it come down, get tight inside the channel, make an ascending triangle almost. And then have it FULLSEND, right? But it's looking bullish. And all, 90% of these ascending triangles that I find on these degens, they rip to the upside. So I could see this thing doing numbers FULLSEND and possibly all the way to 18.0. So I'm watching FULLSEND closely. I'd keep this on the radar if I was in the group. So definitely what I do here is I don't give you the contract address. I give you the link, but you can go here and then you can copy the link yourself and find out more. Happy Valentine's Day to everybody out there. Hope you're having a wonderful day. May God bless each and every one of you. Congrats to anyone that made gains off broccoli last night from the weekly screen share. And someone also, we hooked you up. Make sure you email us and remind us. Bees, remember Bees, Crypto Bees, BEEZ, if I remember correctly. Yeah. Oh, and a lot of people think she triple dopped, that she's done. People think this market is over. That's usually a good time when the market isn't, but we'll see. Right now, I see Bitcoin in a head and shoulder pattern. So here we go. Ugly status right there, right? That's on the 5-minute time frame. And it's also basically a symmetrical, which mainly break to the downside. And I tell everyone to diversify. I need your blessings, everybody. I'm starting a new business venture that I hope goes well today. So just send your blessings to me. I'm giving it my all, and I hope it all goes well. Today at 6 p.m., I'm going to find out some big news. And just, I don't want to brag, so I'm not going to be too specific. But I would like all your blessings on this venture. And may it go my way, man. So, and may I continue to prosper economically for others and create opportunity around the world. Thank you. This looks like it's going to dump pretty nicely to the downside. I got to be honest, that doesn't look too good. And we got to start looking at the bearish scenario here for Bitcoin now. I was more bullish, but we were looking pretty, but we did at the top of the channel, which kind of was supposed to happen, right? Bottom, top, and now we're in this chop. Now we're in this chop. So either we get bagged by the diamond or we make it out of the diamond. Yeah, risk for me, it's like a 4-to-1 or, it's like 300 for 1,200 bucks. Anywhere in here would have stopped somewhere down in there. If the diamond dumps on you, you lose. If it breaks out, you win. Simple for me, right? You're no thoughts. Thank you, Rafe Psalm Records, man. Send that good vibes, man. I need them. Send those good vibes, bro. That everything works out today. Today's a huge day. Valentine's Day, too. On all days, I'll remember it for the rest of my life. If things go well today, it'll be Valentine's Day, right? Yeah. Sorry, I said covalent. It's actually CXT. Yeah, it kind of makes sense because covalent's kind of old and nobody really cares about it anymore. And don't get caught up over trading on a Friday, man. I took my gains on that trade, just so you know, on one of the scalp trades because, we'll see. And I just got a bigger trade open right now on the diamond. But no trade open on MEXC. Everyone, if you want to trade where I trade, I wouldn't push it. I traded spot for a long, long time. But trade on MEXC, right? MEXC is the least amount of fees. And actually, Weeks, which is also doing some awesome competitive stuff recently, they got zero maker. So trade 600 pairs on zero maker right here. 0% maker fee. So if you make the limit order and wait to catch the order, you pay 0 fees on that maker order. So again, you can't beat that. Only MEXC and Weeks really offering 0 fees. People are going to try to copy that idea, but it's just nobody beats that idea. So Weeks and MEXC, really, to me, the best exchanges in the game with those 0 fee opportunities that you just can't find anywhere else. Everyone's taking you for 6%, 006. I mean, they're going 0-0 like nobody. They care more about expanding that customer base, giving you a good vibe than taking your gains, right? And again, that's why I partner with the best exchanges in the game, because we don't gouge. All right? I'm humble, man. You don't have to gouge. You can still have a good life. I mean, that's a possible head and shoulder pattern. That looks like it's going to dump to the downside ascending triangle that wants to dump. On a Friday, that wouldn't be surprised. It hangs out and goes the other way and stops the shorts out. That's, you know what I mean? But that would take you to 94,000, 95,430, and then you can look back here at BOOKMAP and see what's happening. Yes, those patterns do form on the indicators as well, and they are really strong on the RSI. I've seen it many, many times. It's a great catch, J-Man. Spot on. Yeah. I was losing when we were bullish. Now this price action is something I'm more familiar with, and I'm winning each day. Seems like I learned my lesson during previous consolidations. Well, you know what? During the bull run, when it looks like we're going to get a big run, people tend to chase. So they keep opening up a trade and get hit off, and then you want, and then you're like, oh, it's going to come, and you chase and chase. So when it gets really bullish, people can get really wrecked a lot. I've noticed that because of the feeling to want to chase. Now we're back in chop, and you just trade your system, right? And you don't have that feeling to chase. You just kind of take what you get, and you don't have that thing, I'm going to miss out. All right. So to me, I mean, I think that's, and you just kind of, I think that's what you're saying in without saying it, you know. FULLSEND is available on MEXC as well. Somebody said they're so quick, they get everything. If any coin, MEXC, just no one gets coins faster than MEXC with better liquidity in and out. MEXC. So you can see Bitcoin struggling, and it does suggest we could go lower on BOOKMAP all the way back to 94,000. At least even at 95K. And there's someone sitting down there at 92.5. A bunch of stop losses there that could get taken out all the way to 90,000. Remember the bear scenario for Bitcoin that we covered. So right now we're watching this symmetrical triangle that could go either way. And if you're just jumping on into the stream, we're watching this diamond on the 1 hour pattern time frame. And we're seeing kind of what's happening too on the 15-minute. Moving average is getting tight. A divergence that whipped us, you know, and honestly, this is almost a bit of a diamond now too, right? Which I just realized. You got these whipsaws inside, and that did come in from the bottom. We should break out the top. So you got a diamond in a diamond, in a diamond, in a world where a diamond was in a diamond. So that to me, wow. And it gets juicier, right? We're bearish. If you see us close candles below 96.5, you don't want the daily to close 96.5. You don't want the daily to lose its daily open, which right now is sitting, if I hover on the candle and look at the open, is at 96.6. So like we're very close to losing the daily open. And so here we stand. Possible bigger Adam and Eve, possible diamond. If price action goes below 96.5 and we close like even a 4-hour candle below that, I'm going to start saying we lost some support, and then you got to start looking at the breakdown to 93.6 here. And that's spot on with BOOKMAP. Like that's all that liquidity down there. That's exactly where it says we're going to go. Like just like that, you know, 90, 96 and then 95. So we'll see. Chance we don't get the fall through low volume on a Friday and we just go sideways for the next few hours. But this diamond's going to have to pick a move in the next, I'd say, 2 to 6 hours at tops. And we're going to find our way out of it. And only time will tell. I don't need, just one. What's going to happen to the diamond? So am I going to trade altcoins all weekend long? Unlikely. I'm going to watch Bitcoin. What am I doing? What's my strategy right now? What am I doing? I'm accumulating Bitcoin yet again. You know, whenever we get into this region of 48. Again, I'm not accumulating huge amounts, 20 to 30K at a time, but definitely 4 to 5K, 2K. All right, just buying a little more BTC, especially, you know, today's a beautiful Friday. And let me show you how to use weeks. I'll show you how to buy some Bitcoin here on weeks today. So you're going to go onto the spot account here on weeks, and you're going to hit Bitcoin USDT. Now you can limit in for less money. So we'll do a limit order. We'll hit 97,799. We'll say I'd like to buy, let's say, $1,500 worth of BTC. I don't want to buy 1,500 Bitcoins, right? So $1,500, 0.015, right? That's about 15.55. Yeah, look at that, 5,155. I hit it exactly, which is crazy. And we wait for 96, and now look, we're going up. So you'd hit here, 843. I hit buy Bitcoin. My order got taken, the limit order got clipped, and there we go. And I can make sure the order history got filled, and I fully bought Bitcoin at 96,833. You know how many people may never own 0.01 Bitcoin in their entire lives? You know what I'm saying? Some people will just think, no, altcoins, there's no way I'm going to buy $1,500 worth of Bitcoin today. Look, that's 0.17 Bitcoin, and I keep doing that. Eventually, I'll have, you know how many people will never own 0.17 BTC? And if everyone that knows me on this channel, I'm always adding to my Bitcoin for the long, long term, right? And there's, you know, again, and that's how simple it is to use weeks, to use spot. Again, if you want to buy another coin, say you wanted to buy Render. Render is now all spelled out all the way. I believe Render is a great buy. Let's talk about DCAs. Like, what do you do in this situation? Even if we go lower, to me, Render is a great project. Solana is a great project. Chainlink is a great project. Cardano is a great project. These are awesome utilities, doxed people, right, that have serious teams. They're real products. They could do numbers over time. Look at this move here on the stochastics RSI. There's a chance this 1 hour could get, you know, as I told you, a big move is coming. We're either going to take a nasty dump down, and I can tell us we're going to go to 93.6, or we're going to get tight here and break on out. And that takes us to 99,500 for Bitcoin. I'm bullish because diamonds break out to the upside when they break in from the top. They break out the top. They faked us out one time, but maybe that was just to get the shorts, and then we're going to go after it one more time. BOOKMAP says, no, Sammy. They're going to come and get you and take you down one way or another. They're going to get you. They're going to get you one way or another. I'm going to find you. I'm going to get you. So we'll see what happens there. And again, I wish I was a psychic and I could tell you exactly what Bitcoin was going to do, but I can't. All I can show you is the probabilities and how I'm handling them. So my strategy is to DCA into BTC, DCA into some XCN, and keep my, you know, and then swing trade broccoli. I didn't swing trade broccoli last night, but I don't want to say I regret it, but I wasn't ready to roll around in the dirt just yet. You know what I'm saying? I'm still a little, you know, waiting on altcoins. I'm like, is it really time? But, you know, CZ was going hard. BNB starting to kind of come up strong. Wow, look how far ZBCN ripped from the 200 MA, though, and it's away from the 21. So you would think that's unsustainable. Nice little pump, though. I have to say it kind of broke out, and it may have some legs. But after this pump, I feel like it'll pull back. That the bigger time frames are getting pretty exposed. Chance it may continue though. Where the 0145. So everyone, if I had to give you what's likely going to happen, I guess I'm just going to trade the diamond. I'm going to be, honestly, I don't know what's going to happen. I'm trading the diamond. Basically, I'm like a gerbil or a goldfish. Like, I'm really simple-minded, just doing what I'm supposed to do. Oh, I got to pick up my dry cleaning today. Can someone remind me of that? I got to pick up my dry cleaning today. I always forget. Okay. And that's what I like to see if full send. I don't like buying the green candles. I can't find that. Yeah. Super chats, HBAR, MNDE, Marinade, M Soul. Marinade just had a huge rippage from 12 to 13. And look, it was a bit of an Adam and Eve double bottom. See, I'm just trying to teach you this stuff. Lately, I see a little flag at the end of the Eve, and then it's gone, which I didn't see for years. I don't know who started that, but it's like they manipulated the pattern and made a new one or something. But, and there you have it, the Adam and Eve double bottom playing out yet again. Again, I didn't call that. I wish I did. I'm not trying to say I did, but I did. I'll teach you this over and over again. Whenever I can see this stuff, I'm going to continue to show you. All right. Sam, you got to pick up your dry cleaning. Thank you, Peter. You did it, man. You did it again, buddy. Trump coin back at it again. Seems like it's getting some movement here inside of this flag. So look, that could be a possible perp play there. Again, very high risk. Rising wedges break up, but I mean, this thing's starting to get a bit of a rumble. And when it rumbles, people might get back in. Wow, so the bottom, what was the bottom? 14-cent bottom. That ain't too bad, really, when you think about it. And then it already ripped up 50% in a day, a couple, and so you're looking for this rising wedge to break to the upside for Trump and continue to rip. There is some bearish divvy here as the RSI is pointing down while price action points up. All right. Hey, go get your dry cleaning over there. Hey. Please quick review for whiff. Let's take a look at whiff from your humble request for sure. Nice pump for whiff. So even like yesterday, I was like, man, maybe these coins are dead, but they're trying to come back from the dead. 58 cents. Could they be dead cat bounces? Anything is possible. It just lost a major trend line. And I do this kind of game like it's in a falling wedge that it broke out of, but it's back inside it again. This is this funky little game I play. And we act like the wedge never occurred. This has psychologically been a game that I and I even made this the color of the graph because I don't want to see price action. And then I do something even trippier as we go here to ghost feed. And add some ghost feed in there. And then I'm like, okay, I'm just going to trade this falling wedge to the upside. You've never seen this in your life. No one's ever done this, right? But boom. And honestly, I've back tested this now, and this plays out like 80% of the time. Like that falling wedge will pump just like it's supposed to. It's really mind-blowing, and it's pretty crazy. Soul coin never dies, not ETH. We talking here. I know, right? I didn't sell anything. I didn't sell any big position. Not Floki, nothing. I didn't sell any of my, I kept it all. I'm willing to go down or willing to come back up. We'll see what happens. But look, that looks like a falling wedge that continue to break out for whiff. Again, I'm blowing your mind with this. I've never seen anyone do that. So, besides the lifer. That looks like we could get a move though. And let's take a look at HBAR. HBAR hash graph, which redeemed itself with a pretty nice pump in this, last rally there. So, and I'm kind of sticking to what I see there. You got this. You'd want to see the bounce. I mean, the fib is beautiful. 786 almost. You're in the golden pocket right now. And what you want to do is you want to get this bounce back to the top of the channel. Something like, and then you got your shoulder, you got your head, you got your right shoulder. Shoulder, head, right shoulder, and tightness that could break on out. Again, it's following that XRP narrative. And that hasn't really died. And people are still behind the scenes. And you're getting we're getting very close. That's the 618 Fibonacci retracement, which is a known place to buy discount. If 90% of the time you only, or let's say 100% of your buys were only at 618s, your odds of winning most of your, long-term holds would be very high. All right. So. Yeah, and we know about the huge pump by Trump coin for sure. Trying to see if is it sustainable. We did find some bearish div in the smaller time frame there, but definitely was a nice run. If you want to see if it could continue, we're kind of watching this 5 minute even 7 minute. It may continue in this rising wedge to the upside, or there's some bearish div though. See, and be careful chasing waterfalls. It had a huge pump. The 4 hours probably away from the 21-day moving average, which tells me it may now have to reconvene. You don't have to get the pump. You can get the reversal after the pump. The cup. That's why we call it Sammy Cup and Handy. Anyway. Someone asked for DBOOK protocol. DBOOK will follow SUI once SUI kind of and altcoins revisit their lives. Let's take a look. Definitely kind of lost that parabolic uptrend though. But similar idea that it's in a flag that could continue to pump if we get the move. That would send DBOOK back to an all-time high at 51 cents. And if anything's going to rip, DBOOK was ripping when the market was kind of sick. The market wasn't doing too good, and DBOOK just continued to take names. I take that impulse there, and I'll show you. I took the Fibonacci from that line there because that's the next impulse that came out. You can see we're at that 786 bouncing with a bit of a double bottom here and some supportive resistance. You got to say that's a pretty good bottom for DBOOK. I mean, or drops a little lower to the, to Nowheresville, but man. A little more generous here. Could it bounce to the 786, but it's at the golden pocket. So it's a great place if you believe in the project. And we started buying DBOOK down here. We're still up huge. Blessings on blessings. What a run we had for DBOOK though. And I took profits on DBOOK, redistributed. And you gotta pay yourself. Bitcoin sitting at 96,660. Just flat Toshi right now, 96,700 for Bitcoin. You mind checking Turbo? Thank you so much, Matthew Mayers, for the $5 super chat. Shout out to anyone that's sending this super chat today. God bless you all. We got Chris Kansas. We got Matthew Mays. And let's say thank you to everyone here, and we'll make sure we'll go to Turbo next. And let's look at that fan funding. God bless you all. We got Matthew Mays. We got Chris Kansas. We got C18497. We got Marinade, Solana-based. We got CXT. We got ZBCN. Full send on Solana. Casper going on Coinbase from Anukai. Can you look at PYTH? ICP from AMSO. Shadow. SHDW from Taylor Murphy. Anukai. Thanks for sharing 20 years ago. Did the same. God bless you, brother. Yonito Savelas. Crypto Change 504. Bang, bang, bang. And I promised myself I wouldn't cry. I did not. We looked at PYTH from Jacob Smith. God bless you, and Mark Gadala Maria. And see another person too. PT, Paul Wood, Jay Linus. And Live, Laugh, Love. And then Void. Crypto Change 504. Yonito Savela. God bless you, brother. Wow, awesome super chats from a lot of people here. That is a blessing. May God bless each and every one of you for jumping on in. And where's everybody going lately, man? What the heck is going on? Thoughts on staking SWI for HeyDAO and SWI Wallet? I mean, if you into the ecosystem, it sounds like a pretty good look. So we had some movement in altcoins today, right? There were some pumps. The oldies that, VADER AI got a 25% pump. I still like VADER where it's at. VADER could really turn on the heat and turn into something bigger. Let's take a look at Hyperliquid too as well. Bitcoin just still sitting pretty here, back above the 1 hour 200 MA, back above the 15-minute 200 MA. I don't people realize how significant of a move that could be and what that could kind of foretell later on today. Dopamine is gone, bro. Gotta wait for green. So the people just don't have it anymore, huh? But my dopamine keeps running. I get dopamine from just being alive. You know, I want that to be contagious. Everyone should feel that dopamine, baby. It's back, baby. It's back. Let's go. I'll bring you that dopamine. Cheer yourself on. Believe in yourself. You've got this. You've got this. You can, you will. You are the best. Don't stop. Don't stop. Don't let this energy go, baby. The lifers, man. Forever. Forever, baby. I'm always fighting an uphill battle. Look at me. It doesn't matter how many times you go live. It doesn't matter how much you fight. You will battle the algorithm every single day of your life. And if you let it control you, you'll go up and down like trades. Oh, I didn't get as many viewers as I got yesterday. You'll get depressed, just like losing a trade. It's a crazy game, man. Becoming like a known person, a small niche, a tiny micro niche celebrity. I'm a tiny micro niche celebrity. All right. I'm a nobody over here. All right. I'm a nobody over here. I ain't somebody. I'm a nobody. I don't think I'm somebody. I'm a nobody over here. I'm more than nobody, but I'm not a somebody. You know what I'm saying? But I ain't nobody. I don't know what to tell you. Call the dry cleaning to deliver the clothes. It's a good move, Teddy Bear. Can I give you the number? Can you call for me? Hey, Sam, how were you able to chart broccoli last night? I couldn't find it in the TradingView charts. Missed out on a lot of gains. I went right to MEXC and right to spot on MEXC and charted it on MEXC in the MEXC exchange. You could also have found it on Dex Screener as well. So using those two combined, I'm able to kind of figure out a pretty good price action. Yeah. Casual Fridays, no tie. Yeah, no tie, baby. When I hadn't worn brown in a long time, I gave you guys gray. We had the blues, we had yellows, we had reds, but I hadn't had the brown in a long time. My wife got me this years ago. Nice Ralph Lauren, you know. Hey, get off me over here. Can you check out FARTGIRL, please? Oh, how disgusting. Nobody wants to see a girl fart. All right. Just not cool, right? Women don't fart. As far as men are concerned, they just don't. Wow, this thing is ripping like FARTBOY was ripping. And it's got the same kind of tiny market cap. And it's attempting to kind of have that Adam and Eve double bottom vibe. They definitely do, Sammy. No, they don't. I refuse to believe that. Total psyop. I know, right? So we want to see this get tight. If this gets tight, then there's possibly some gains here in FARTGIRL. I mean, you had FARTBOY, you had FARTCoin, you had Fart. We found FARTBOY. I mean, remember the day I saw it, I said it looked good. And I don't even know, like, I just go by TA. I don't have expectations. I mean, that looks interesting to me there, FARTGIRL. And I have these cool new price notes that I make them bright yellow, and yeah, I spent time doing all that to make it nice for you. Again, this could easily dump to the downside, but it's something I'm going to pay attention to. The whole market's into farts. It's down the you know what's, you know. I'm going to post that to the all. If you're not here on the stream, but you're able to, you know, pay attention to your Discord, we still got stuff for you every single day to keep you going, keep you excited, and help you research and find the zone. All right. I mean, it's still dwindling. Could it come back from the lows and rip? You never know. And let's take a look at Turbo here too as well. And you don't want based on Turbo, you want the Turbo here. Oh, whoa, wait, let me see. Yeah, wait, no. There it is. No. Wow, it got bashed. Yeah. I mean, people believed in this stuff for way too long, right? I mean, you were in here and you got up to here and you let it go all the way down. Looked like it was going to bounce there, get tighter and tighter, but it is a meme. I never bought this stuff. Turbo. It's on Coinbase. Everyone gets excited. I hope you learned your lesson this time around, but you won't. The sad thing is most people won't. I mean, lifers will. You guys will, sorry. But retail won't. I shouldn't say you guys are retail, but like there are some people here that are retail that haven't figured out the lifer zone, you know, the lifer vision yet. So you see how that's like a shoulder, a head. You're looking for that to make some type of inverted head and shoulder and dig on out of here. It is a premier coin. It's got a huge community, but they might start capitulating. You lose this level, a lot of people are going to start selling. If you don't lose that level, maybe it is your bottom, but it's pretty sketchy right now for a non-utility coin. Yeah. So you took your shot, you go with it. It is what it is. How is BT stuck at 96 for 10 straight days? Just sideways price action for Bitcoin. Pump or dump already, somebody said. I know, right? It just sits in limbo all day long. I have to be honest, that looks more bearish than bullish on the smaller time frame. I mean, that's a symmetrical triangle. They mainly dump. I can send you to 95.4. I almost want to say that's definitely going to dump and short it right now. I've been in the range for way too long, longer than 10 days. Yeah, for sure. Dang, something I wanted to do earlier today, and I can't remember what it is. I'm trying to remember. Now let's look at the CME. There might be a CME gap here that we haven't paid attention to. So hold on, let me take a look at the CME. Yeah, we still got that gap on the daily all the way down at 80,000 too, which nobody, you know, we may come and just wick the gap. Doesn't mean it has to happen, but it's definitely possible. All right. Are stocks moving any better than crypto now? We're going to give you your top-down analysis for the S&P, for the Dow Jones. That's going to be coming out in just a few hours, so stay tuned. I am bullish on the S&P. I've told everyone that the S&P was going to go sideways and bump, and it did that exact thing in the last 2 days. It pumped exactly as I said it would. And it's awesome because I was super bullish last week, remember, on the S&P on my Friday announcement, and I'm going to say, hey, look, we should be getting tighter. I said by next Friday, we should have just followed this and got tighter. We're going to be exactly where I claimed we would be last Friday if you watch my macro technical analysis. So I do a macro technical analysis video every single Friday. I'm going to get on it right now and start recording it. It'll be out in a couple hours, and it'll be there for you guys to go over, right? I found that Carlson Cleaners offer free pickup and delivery services. Family owned since 1989. Maybe you would like to take a look. Not sure if they service your area. They're in Sarasota. Thank you, Teddy Bear. You're like awesome. You're already like hooking it up. That's pretty cool. Yeah, but the S&P looks pretty good. The daily's about to pump. The dollar's about to drop. And that would be really bullish for Bitcoin. S&P looking very, very nice. To me, I have something to tell you on the macro analysis video today that has a lot to do with what I'm doing today too, as far as my other business ventures. So I'm using the charts to kind of show me where the probability lies, and I'm going to be taking advantage of that probability. I can teach you more about how to use the charts. And again, I'm not a financial advisor, but I use a chart, specifically the DXY chart, to buy real estate. Why? When the DXY chart has topped out, all right, it's usually the bottom for the real estate market. Once the DXY starts to drop, anything that's worth anything in value that people care about and like will go up. All right. So when the DXY hits a local top or a key area, maybe a daily, like a 3-day overbought, or, you know, I see bearish divergence on the 3-day, and then I see a candle and it's about to lose the 200 MA, it tells me that, man, I should be buying some real estate because real estate prices are going to start going up after that. And, you know, again, I could be completely wrong, out of my mind, but I've been watching it for a long time and I'm pretty dang good at the probabilities. And so if I'm pretty dang good at the probability of the DXY, then why don't I use it to buy real estate at the right time? The settings for the VRVP are just the exact settings that come in, but when they come in, you're not going to be able to see them properly because your VR is going to have a 24 in the row size. You want 240 rows, not 24 rows. It's just going to give you a better way to use the indicator, in my humble opinion. So you're going to go to settings here and add a 0 next to the VRVP. And then, boom, the daily got tight. That could get a move further to the upside, all the way to about 6,996. Shout out to the $100 in chat revenue. You people are absolutely amazing. May God bless each and every one of you for being here. What do you think about I don't know. Can you explain the 3-to-1 ratio that you use? Yes. Let's just go over a fast risk management scenario. And I'll take a look at XEN. When I put out XEN, I don't know, about 2 weeks ago. We'll talk about it. So 2 or 3 weeks ago, I'm searching the internet for the hottest sauce that I could give my trading group, right? And I want everyone to make gains. So I'm looking. And it was about, let's just say, January 22nd on a Wednesday. I don't know exact date, but I saw this trend line, and then I drew that trend line, and I said, man, that looks juicy. The rest of the market wasn't amazing. This went on a massive tear recently, and then had decided to go sideways. It told me that it was likely going to continue to the upside and head somewhere to about 2.5 pennies. I then took the measured move that I use, which is the long position, the tool, the ratio tool. And then I said I'd like to put my stop below the beginning of where this all began, like right there. Now, what it does is it gives me a 4-to-1 risk-reward ratio. If I put $100 in this trade, I could win $426, 4.26 really. But, you know, if I lose the trade, so let's do this idea that if you had, let's just say you had 20 grand, but each time you open this trade, you put $1,000. So you put $1,000 in, you lose 7 times. You would lose $270 7 times. 7 times 7 is 490. 7 times 2 is 1,400. That is 1,890 in losses, correct? Right? Everyone can verify. If you did this with $1,000, you traded it 7 times and you lost it 7 times. What if you won 3 out of 10 times, though? So you traded it 10 times, you won 3 of those times. Well, you would have turned the 1,000 into $1,116, right? 116 there, right? Or 110 at least, right? So that's up 3 grand as opposed to the down 1,800. You'd be up 1,200 on your 20 grand, okay? Which is a little over 5%. Agreed? So if I traded this 10 times using $20,000 at $1,000 positions each time, not my whole position, only risking, right, which would be $300, which actually would be over 1% risk reward ratio on the 20K. You'd have to have about 100K there, you know. But anyway, besides that point, this is how I use a proper risk ratio. I never like to go anywhere higher than lower than a 3-to-1. So like my stop loss to me could never be lower than this level right here. And I'd like to be anywhere in between that if I could. And I like to be below the 200 MA and below the nearest low of the channel. Now, this trade played out exactly like it was supposed to the trading group. And it doesn't always do it like that, but it did. And many, many trades that I put out play out this way. The second you get to this middle part, you can take maybe 25% off the table and move the stop loss to break even. At that point, you've already paid yourself and you can't lose. And the rest of the trade is kind of a gimme that you're going to go for, okay? And that's kind of where we stand. So that's how I'm using proper risk management every single time we open a trade. Very important. Very important. Yeah. Out of all the crypto bull runs that you've been through, which one was the easiest? None of them were easy. Trading has never been easy, not once in my life. I don't know anyone that told you it's easy. It never is. Yeah. Trading is the hardest thing you'll ever do in your life to be maintained because you have to constantly maintain it. Just because I was good last week doesn't mean I'll be good next week. I have to keep my life in a good regimen. I have to get good sleep. I have to keep negative energy out of my life. I have to believe that good things are going to happen to me. You have to stay in a constant positive mindset to be a great trader, in my humble opinion. It's really more about mindset than anything else. And if you struggle with mindset, if you struggle with depression, if you can't break out, you definitely will struggle. All right. And there'll be times where you're just like, man, I'm not getting this like I used to. So Bitcoin, baby. Bitcoin. Getting that pump back to the upside. And I believe the diamond's going to rip. I firmly do. But we will see. These are maybe they're just constant short squeezes. They're just little going after everyone all around. But we showed you what was happening. We talked about it. look out for more chop. I don't know if I'd be too excited, but anytime we're back above 97,000, that is awesome. Yeah. And so with that, I will jump on out of here. I'm going to be doing a couple videos today for your education and entertainment purposes. I can't wait to get those done. So exciting times. Bitcoin staying above the 1 hour 200 MA is a bullish sign for me. If that can continue, then we can get a continuation pump here. Moving averages are tight. I like what we're seeing. If you look at the 1 hour, this is what I'm watching here, is this tighter triangle. You can almost open it up, and it's right in there, you know. It's tight. Let's break on out of the diamond. In the diamond, out the diamond, baby. All the way to 99.5 on a short squeeze Friday. They told us they were going to dump us. They got liquidity below. But look, some more liquidity is starting to build all the way to where I said 99,000. Hey, we could really get up. And maybe then once that happens, we could plow to $101,000. So the people that are deciding not to show up on the stream like we usually do, like we've been, like it's crazy. But I know it's a Friday, but man, there's money to be made out here. Pay attention. The people that are giving up aren't going to be where the lifers at. I'm telling you right now. I don't give up. I don't stop. And that's why I'm going to have the results to show and prove it when everyone else is crying and whining and saying they sold the bottom and they weren't there. I'm going to keep pushing. I will not forget my dry cleaning. God bless each and every one of you. Thank you so much for being here. I just took the music off for a second because I was in like heavy teaching mode. I'll rip it back up now. I love you all. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for the super chats. Thank you for the love. Appreciate each and every one of you for being here and sharing your most precious asset with me, and that is your time. Bitcoin pumping strong. 97,400 now, getting right back to where it was before. Hold up. And again, I told you I was long. I told you I didn't know what was going to happen, but I'm long out the diamond. And when this diamond pumps to the upside, and Sammy was right again, the never hitter, the everyday, the never quitter, everyday hitter, Sammy P banging on him again to the upside. May God bless you all. Thank you so much for being here, and I'll catch you on the next awesome, amazing live stream. You are in gains if you're with the lifer, baby. Gainitis. Gainitis. Heavy hitter. Never misser. Everyday hitter. Never quitter. Sammy P. Sammy the Bull over here. Hey, paisan. I love you all. God bless you all. Shout out to Master Friend, the Coachy Coker. Everybody here, when you join the Discord, bring the cream. Oh my. And everyone, join the Discord if you want to know. You would have been privy to Broccoli last night making massive gains. We go little coins, big coins, Bitcoin updates. I don't take days off. Go to cryptolifer.com. We did a weekly screen share last night. And we got you, baby. We got you. Pumping Bitcoin 97,600 for Bitcoin. And baby, I'll put my money where my mouth is. BTC ripping. And this trade is ripping right now. Up 266 on weeks, baby. On weeks, baby. And I already took profits on the other trade. Man, Friday gains again. Sammy did it again, man. If you're making 500 a day, and then some days 2,000, some days 3,000, as long as you're consistent and you're not giving back your gains, and I'm just staying calm, letting the trades come to me the last few days. And look at this, man, printing 300. Let's go. Let's go. Oh, actually, I got no screen. You guys want to see, but we whipping here on weeks, and it's a $3,000 margin in heavy there. And it's high risk. I might take those gains quicker than before, but we'll see. And this is weeks.com where I'm trading using the 200 MA on that 1 minute time frame. Looks like it'll come back down though to that 21-day moving average. Another quick short squeeze on a Friday. A lot of times I take my gains there. Move that stop loss to break even, you see? And you can solidify it because it's going to likely come back to that 21. And so we'll take our gains here and then we'll reconvene later on. God bless you all. Thank you for being here. Learn how to pay yourself. I just paid myself again. Blessings on blessings. Everyone, I love you. Thank you. I'll see you in the trading group. I'll see you tomorrow. I don't take the weekend off. I'll be back. Don't you worry. May God bless everybody. Thank you for everyone who joined the Discord. Our group is booming. We're doing amazing. So don't stress the people that are freaking out and giving up on this market. We can see the light. We know what's happening. I'll see you all tomorrow. God bless. Thank you. And words can't describe the gratitude I have for each and every one of you. God bless. Look out for my macro technical analysis. I'm going to go to work right now. It doesn't stop for me. I'll be at my computer for another 2 hours grinding, if you can believe it. I love you all. God bless. The work doesn't stop if you want to make it to the top. It's not going to be easy. Stop thinking it's going to be easy. Stop praying for it to be easy. Pray for more strength. I pray to God for strength. He gave me more problems to make me stronger. Amen.